So Brina's an actor. She's a PA. She's worked in the camera department. She's worked as a grip. She has started the program during the COVID time. Didn't do a whole lot for a couple months.
Hmm.
Just studied
Hmm.
her butt off, and then she started implementing the get on shoots method and started getting on sets. And she's gotten a lot of shoots, uh, getting in the door as a production assistant, and then working these departments, and then getting some acting opportunities as well. Let's go into the acting work. Tell us about how you've been getting acting work from you start off with get on shoots method, get on set. How has it led to some acting work?
I've been in two features now because I was helping out on set. The first one, I was just PAing, and I mentioned that I acted, and the day before, the actress that was going to play the part ended up testing positive or came in contact with somebody or something like that.
Yeah.
And last minute, they didn't have that actress. And I mentioned it earlier, and they asked me, like, would you want to do the part? And so I looked at the script, and it was just a few lines, but it was great. And I was like, yeah, I would love to do it. And so got that one. And then the other one, I was working as a grip, and a similar kind of situation where the last minute couldn't show up, and they needed someone to play the dying wife of the main character. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. So I got another part to play in.
Wow, that's so awesome. So you let them know, and it just comes up in conversations, you guys. Yeah, I'm PAing on this thing, but I'm also an actor. If you need me, always
Mhm.
kind of plant the seed.
Yeah, the grip one, I was actually gonna originally audition for a different part, but ended up not liking the part, and I was like, I'm not gonna go for it because I don't know, I think it was like very explicit, and I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that part. So
Mm.
I ended up saying, hey, I can help on set and whatever, and they're like, yeah, we were looking for a grip, and then I was able to share with them my experience, and so they hired me as that, and then that's what happened is the actors couldn't show up, and I was like, they actually came to me and said, you were gonna audition right for this part, but this other part is now open. Would you like to do that one? And yeah, I was like, yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So you audition for it. You're like, not don't really feel it. You work on the thing as a grip, and they're like, hey, now this other part came up. You want to do that? Oh yeah, that's a fit. Yes, this is what happens. So you never know. Always take all opportunities. Always say yes. You just never know. So those two roles. Any other roles, or is that pretty much it so far?
I've had a handful of short films, a couple student films, which I used. I found like a Facebook post and reached out and asked if they needed help on set. And then they're like, yeah, we're actually casting for it. We'll get back to you. And I was like, can I audition for the part? And then ended up getting a couple of short films.
We're opening the door with the get and shoots method, where we're looking for any indication of a shoot happening. And you're like, hey, I'd love to help out. You send your want to work email, which is in the modules. And then you, as the conversations unfold, either on set or beforehand, you're like, actually, I'm an actor. I'd be happy to audition for it. And then they send you the script. Is that how it happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
How'd that
Yeah.
conversation happen?
Said that they were casting, and I was like, I'd love to audition. Could I have the opportunity? And they're like, yeah. And then I ended up getting the part.
Awesome. So great. So that's for short. So you've got, how many acting roles have you gotten through since you've been in Friends and Film doing the get and shoots method?
Um, I think about six.
Ooh, that's awesome. Great. You're about ready to really start getting on these professional sets and talking to the professional filmmakers because you have, let's look at what she has. She's got 6 acting credits. She's got footage for her reel. She's got footage for her reel. She's got a resume now. So, in your opinion, you've been on a lot of shoots now. What is the difference between film school and Friends and Film?
Biggest difference I think between film school and Friends in Film is the speed in which you get on set. Um, Film school, you learn a lot of the theory about filmmaking. You get a great amount of knowledge, but you don't necessarily get on set. Whereas Friends in Film, you're gonna get on set right away and then learn along the way. So I think the biggest difference is the time and then of course cost as well.
Before you came across Friends in Film, were you working on any sets at all?
I worked on one, but it was like part of my, I worked for a theater, and so it was my job to work at the theater, and then they
Yeah.
filmed it, so then it turned
Oh,
into a film set. But other
that's
than
good.
that, no.
When you joined Friends in Film, you were like, I'm either going to go to graduate school and go into a whole nother, area, or I'm going to actually get into the business that would really feed me, that I really want to go for. Happy with your decision? What have you found? I mean, people think about, I'm going to go into the film industry with this vague idea, and then you get into it and you're like, wow, it is different,
Mhm.
but is it more than what you thought? How do you feel about it now?
I feel great about my decision. I was on the fence for a while, and I was actually in grad school, and I finally was like, you know what? I've had this desire to work in the film industry for a long time. I don't care if people think that it's unstable or whatever. I'm just going to go for it. And if this is where I'm supposed to do, then great, this is what I'm supposed to do. If it's not, I'm going to learn something along the way. So I'm just going to go for it. And I'm really glad that I made that decision. And it's just such a joy to be on set all the time and see the process of how films are made. And then you can go back and either watch that film that you've worked on or watch other films and I don't know, not critique it, but watch it and be like, oh, how did they do that? And learn that way. And I don't know, it's just so fun to be able to do that. So I decided to do Friends in Film because, yeah, I didn't have any connections whatsoever. I've been a volleyball coach, I've been an animal trainer, I've worked at a zoo, like I've done all these different things. And um, I was able to do it because I had people that were in it and they're like, hey, we're looking for this position. Do you want to apply? Or I played professional volleyball. I had all the experience. So it was easy for me to say, hey, you need a coach. And they're like, yeah, we'd love to take someone with that kind of experience. And so it was just easy to get those jobs. But for film, I didn't know a soul that was in it and had no connections. And so I found the program and um, again, kind of just decided I'm just going to go for it. They have the connections, they know what's up. So I'm going to try it. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, I'll learn something and it's worked. So I'm going to keep going.